Hello, this is Warpath 1985 speaking, and in day 12 of the 12 Days of War, I was discussing the Master Universe Origins, He-Man, and Battlecat. Particularly the version 1 of the He-Man Battlecat figures that were released in the toy line. Because Battlecat was released in a 2-pack with Battle Armor He-Man that was both available for the PowerCon and also Target.com in store as a Target exclusive, but I'm mention that here. And also He-Man will be able later on the toy line with a more vintage style face that was taken from his deluxe figure, and also technically the SEC version of He-Man. Aside from that, this version of He-Man is pretty much was the first general look at He-Man at mass retail for like a while, since Classics kind of left the market for years at that point, and Super 7 was doing their own thing on like various online exclusives, etc. And especially with the added fact that Master Universe pretty much filled in that general gap of voice toys and general girl toys as well with She-Ra that we kind of really needed, which was affordable figures that are great and very playful, but also very unique because they also like had this unique play pattern that the first wave of Master Universe Origins introduced, which was the kind of like the very Hero Masters. You tear part of the figures, morph together, turn the whole thing. They show like on like various figures, etc., with little like pamphlets that'll show you what move parts so you can swap out, etc. It's pretty cool, and you have uses to their advantages with figures like King Hiss and etc. Aside from that, the figure itself is quite simple, since it is the standard Master Universe articulation, because it was the first Master Universe figure to be released technically, and to pretty much show us that this is going to be the standard for pretty much for then on. The first appearance I'm going to get off here will be just with Skeletor and Panther, because I want to get this aside quickly, because again, these two are pretty much the same exact figure because to Panther and Battlecat, and also the He-Man Master Universe Origins body mold being reused for multiple times and throughout across the entire He-Man Journal Origins Journal toy line, only being replaced or modified for various figures that actually crucially or generally need it, like the various Snake Ben, robots, cyborgs, etc. And also obviously female characters, especially now since the advent of the Carter collection, and especially the Heroes of the Sun figures, where they introduce more parts into that general mix, which are slightly different actually, if you don't know. They look very similar, but they actually are slightly different. Aside from that, the figure itself of He-Man, which I got to first because I got to Battlecat a little later, He-Man is a little bit wonky, to say at least, because of articulation, general stability. Since he was part of the general early waves, which were produced in China, that had a very best described in early reviews, very somewhat lower quality. That's just a very slightly lower quality compared to other figures that were released later in the toy line. This is mostly paired with the head, which is very loose. This is kind of like that with how I first got it back in 2020, because I got these general figures when they first came out, or most of my figures, that is. So my He-Man has this very super loose head. I never understood why. He's not the only figure that has that problem. Also, Clamship has that too, but other than that, it's very much a minute problem. But later you this version of the figure with fixed tolerance, because they were produced in Vietnam, Thailand, etc., Malaysia also. So that means they have better tolerances. But I think something we'd like to mention would be his head. Since this is a version 1.5 technically of the figure, and so it has that comic book says weird mix of the Filmation head, where it kind of looks like the Filmation mixed with the Vintage toy, or the main comic mixed with the Vintage toy, and generally just looks a lot thinner compared to the Vintage toy's general face. I personally was okay with his head. A lot of people weren't, because you want to be more like a more technically Super 7 or Vintage figure, which whatever. I don't know. I always have a big problem with those people who are like, there's a point where it kind of becoming like really naggy and general annoying when it comes to that general discussion of like, yes, I understand you want it to be like the original one, but come on. Look at Transformers. They are making bank on those like newly general tooled and designed figures. Like, they are making a lot of money. So give Power Origins a chance. Because you don't really want to, but come on. They can clearly make good figures with those general unique design philosophies and general aspects. Aside from that, he does have a removable harness, like most Master Origins figures, which is mostly just removable by this little peg here. And for accessories, he has a power sword, a axe, and his shield. Again, the power sword works is just as I mentioned in my Castle Grayskull review. You combine it with Skeletor's power sword, comes the whole power sword, and you open up Castle Grayskull. Again, watch a Castle Grayskull review for more of that. Aside from that, He-Man has a ball joint at the head, a double vulture that is. Hinged shoulders, swivels, hinged elbows, swivel wrists, hinged wrist, a swivel at the waist, a decent kick both forward and back, a very nice knee bend, a calf cut, ankle rocker, and a ankle hinge. So yeah, it's generally your standard Master Universe Origins articulation. For Battlecat, that is a little more different because Battlecat was our first forte into vehicles and general creatures, or just mainly creatures, that is, in the toy line. Battlecat obviously has removable armor, so it can turn into a technically Cringer. Not really. This will be generally fixed with the Cartridge Collection version of Cringer, where yes, we now have a actual Cringer, not just a really weird looking Battlecat with no armor. But yes, the armor is generally removable, which I'm trying to put back on there. There you go. Yeah. There you go. He also has a opening mouth, a hinges. I probably should move the helmet while he's here. Hinges at the lower and the upper of the neck. Hinge legs, elbows, technically elbows, more or less like knees. We're thinking about it. Knees, elbows, whatever. General just great shenanigans, which are all hinges, and a hinge tail, which is also on a swivel or mushroom peg. So he has a very basic articulation scheme, but general gets his job done when it comes to a Battlecat. It's not as general grandiose and very dynamic compared to the Mondo, and especially the Masterverse, and especially the Mondo version, because that thing is a beast when it comes to articulation. Aside from that, you could obviously see He-Man inside Battlecat like so, just like Skeletor and Panther. It's pretty cool. For more comparisons, that is, because it's gonna be a very short review, because it is He-Man, so people just know who he is. You know, nothing really special to him. Comes to most people who do collect Master Universe figures. You either know He-Man or known from the memes, which probably most people first came into Master Universe known from the memes from the modern era toy collectors. Alright, so for that, first we have for comparison King Randor, He-Man's father, or more or less Prince Adam's father, since I also have Prince Adam here. If you can stand. I'm trying to focus in here, but the lighting is a little bit wonky. House of She-Ra, He-Man's sister, or twin sister, that is. I also have He-Man's ancestor, King Grayskull, particularly the Revelations test slash Revolution version of King Grayskull. Also have the various heroes, mainly the versions from the cartoon, etc. Like good old Orko, Man-at-Arms. I have his on occasion love interest in most media, especially in the what's it called again? There you go, Revolution, where they finally like I had the actual relationship, and like that was supposed to more apply to where it was dumb but was set aside. Because then here's with Tila, Man, probably put the series here because it's getting quite large. I also have Extendar. There you go. Let's call him Extendo. Clamp Shampoo. I try to get all this stuff on there. That always come off. There you go. This is more into the Revolution category of characters figures. I had the cartoon / Filmation version of the Sorceress. This is getting quite large. Puppet figures here because again it's just for easier because my tail's been filled up with all these guys just sitting there waiting for this real. We have Manny Faces. We also have Buzz Off. Again, for comparison, again, I technically almost have all the heroes. I'm just missing like some of the newer ones here and there. But yeah, I have basically almost all the heroes. I have both Stratos, the mini comic Stratos, which is technically, although yes, a lot of people say this figure sucks. This is actually technically supposed to be more or less in much more modern media. I forgot the name. The Avian Guard. There we go. They're supposed to be basically Shaz's personal guard. They're kind of more or less used a lot in the Filmation series. Most recently in the mini comic that showed off on the channel for the Tellers of War, the Stick Attack mini comic, which was actually showed off for Hordak. That is. So yeah, it is canon that's supposed to be actual guardsmen for Stratos, but whatever. Also have the things called like Dark Temple, Dark Castle, Sorceress. Also have, but there goes everybody. Oh wait, no, this is Extendar. Yeah, Extendar. I had that brain part there. That's Extendar. Yes, almost call him like again their name. Here's a funny one. Here he is with Faker. Yeah, there's Faker. I'm almost done because there's still a lot more characters to show off for comparisons. Because I have, once again, almost all the heroes, only missing a few. Like Samurai, especially, which I'm so bummed out about. Have the Green Goddess, or technically the Snake Man's version of the Sorceress, as explained in the Revolution cartoon series. We have Roboto, the mini comic version, which more sees as like a different Robotica robot. There goes Bowcat. Here's Zodak, if he can stand. I don't think he can stand. A bunch some aside. Roboto. These figures are getting me everywhere. I now see the horrors of poor old JC78. 78? No. JC2224. There we go. It has to deal with when it comes to vintage collection stuff. And finally, but not least, Fisto. And of course, I would also throw in for toy stuff, Rock On, and also Snout Spout, but let's get mentioned in my She review. They're more or less technically Princess Power characters. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the figures. Yeah, I have basically almost all the heroes. I'm once again missing a couple of them, like as Ninja Force, Samurai, and etc. Missing Cyclone, which I'm still pretty bummed out because I didn't know that Cyclone was immediately released after the Mattel Creations San Diego Comic Con event panel and also their general event afterwards, whatever. I'll probably get them off the internet market because most of those Mattel Christmas figures are like pretty dirt cheap. Especially Cyclone, which goes easier for like $30. So I'm like, I'll probably get them like someday. Aside from that, the last thing I'd like to talk about would be the Beast Barrage mini comic. I already talked about this mini comic earlier in the channel on the Skeletor review, where I actually have both of the international and North American variants of the mini comic. As I mentioned before, the main difference is just they don't have the text or speech bubbles in the international version, but they have this large blurb on the back for international readers. In general, the international version, they have no speech bubbles for the mini comic, and also for the American version, they do have speech bubbles for their mini comics, or our mini comics technically, because I live here in America. So yeah, pretty interesting here, or there technically. And yeah, some of that's pretty much it for the for He-Man and Battlecat. Nothing particularly interesting about the both of them. I do recommend them because again, both of them are very easy to come by because both of them are like so sold on Amazon, pretty much everywhere. We can find Master Universe stuff. Because again, they're always being readily available and released on like the Riches line, or especially classics. Classics like a really good example where like he didn't really release any He-Mans and etc. older cast of characters. Nowadays, they're both being technically phased out for the Filmation versions, which I'm fine about. Because again, they will still be available because ours is still chugging on like no other. Because still have a lot of figures to deal with. But aside from that, that's all for this general review. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I shall see you for the Christmas special, which will be coming out hopefully on the 25th, because I rescheduled to be more of the traditional time instead of the more like classical, in this case the Hispanic way of like celebrating Christmas, where we actually celebrate mainly on the 24th or during the 24th at midnight, and ended on like the 25th where we call it all the good stuff like or technically 24th at midnight or 24th. In general, all the stuff on the 24th. Then on the 25th, we just like relax after doing all that stuff. So after that, that's all for this review. Once again, hopefully see you for the 25th on the Christmas Day special. Yeah, that's all. Pretty much it for this review. Oh man, this was a lot. I'm not gonna put like this was a lot. But yeah, bye.